Yeah, that is our next guest. She is celebrating 30 years since the smash hit Tell It to My Heart. In fact, she has 18 top 10 hits and is a 3-time Grammy nominee. Please welcome Taylor Dayne.
I can't get down.
Thank you, Ryan.
Yes, welcome, Taylor.
Okay, when you hear that, I mean, don't you want to sing it?
Oh, I'm sorry. All day and all night. Tell
You
It to
do,
My Heart.
right?
I'm sorry. It's just infectious song.
Your favorite one? Out of all?
Love Will Lead You Back is mine.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Did you know that was a hit right when you recorded it?
I knew the minute I heard it. I was in Clive Davis's office, and when he played it, he said, "I'm not sure if I should play this for Whitney. I think it's for you, Taylor." And I said, "It's mine. Give it to me."
Wow. And yeah, we were all singing it.
Love Will Lead You Back. I mean, it's just magnificent.
Yeah. So how did you get your big break in music?
Tell It to My Heart.
That was it.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
baby.
what was the moment? I know you
I
talk about
recorded
singing in
it, I
dive bars.
produced it. I was working in all the clubs in New York. I mean, I'd been 18, graduated, and was, there's a lot of clubs in New York. I'm born and raised there, so I was very much a hustler. And it was the second, third single I think Rick and I put together, my producing partner, and yeah, they got signed for a single option album.
Well, you just said that Clive was like, should I give it to you or Whitney? What does that make you think about now when you think about her career and you're like, wow, I got this song and Whitney didn't?
Well, because I brought Tell It to My Heart in. Whitney brought in How Will I Know, I mean, amazing artist. I remember the first time I just got signed was because of the song Tell It to My Heart, and it just went on to become this phenom, and become this monumental moment. And here we are 30 years later, and what's the name of my book? And
Tell It to My Heart.
Well, this is the part about your on the cover of your book that I really want to talk about. Not say it. How I lost my ish. I said ISH. Yes. Conquered my fear and found my voice. What were you afraid of?
Well, darling, we're women in the entertainment industry. I'm a singer that started 30 years ago, and probably 40, really, when you really want to. And in a business that's dominated in a male-dominated industry, where I felt that my voice literally was my saving grace. If you watch my TED Talk, it was the thing that saved my life, because as a child, it's the one thing I could use as this tool to get attention and also to seek attention in a positive way. And it gave me positive, but it was also the first thing that they were like, don't speak, don't tell us what you think. Think about it as a woman. Don't tell us what you think. We want to know how you feel. Stay in your place, baby. You have a lane, and that is where it's difficult. I'm from New York, and not unlike when you see women like Bette Midler, Barbara Streisand. This is, these are, and when you hear Lady Gaga say it's so important, you're going to get so many more no's than yeses. And as a woman, I think that's very true. And I'm not trying to, I love men.
Yeah.
They have given me, my brothers, my father, this is all I have. Never had a sister. My friends are my sisterhood. And so I've looked at this positivity and the strength of women coming together collectively for each other, where it was never, guys go to the gym and they're like, oh, we're all going to get it on at the gym today. But women are always like, oh no, what's she wearing? What are we doing? Well, separate. So it's been...
Instead of sisters supporting sisters, it is sometimes it's just too catty.
It can be that way. So it's very important to keep the Cat Club together.
Yeah, and you were one of the trailblazers on that.
Yeah.
75 million albums sold, and there's been this big resurgence about the 80s. It's like, we have a great 80s cover band here in Chicago called 16 Candles. They do only 80s stuff.
16 Candles.
Well, the movie. They sell out everywhere.
It's unbelievable.
What is it about the 80s and the music and the time that is so nostalgic?
Okay, first of all, this is hair, but that was hair.
That was some good hair, huh? This is great hair, though.
And that was like, I feel the night explode. Everything was so expressive. It was plastic. I was hanging out on 8th Street and St. Mark's, and this was New York City, where you had Danceteria, Limelight, all the clubs of everything. And I'm just saying, like, that was the norm. Where you heard music was a club and the radio. Right now, it's so diverse. And the 80s had that impact on people. But, I started in 1988. I don't know how I became, like, this 80 queen, but I'm bringing it, 30 years later, all I can say is music.
Yeah, music, neon, crimped hair. We loved it all.
You worked with some incredible people. Who's been your... Okay, I won't do that to you and say who's been your favorite. Right. Give us your top 3 people that you've worked with that you just have...
Worked with or met?
Oh, either one.
Okay, well, I've met and worked with Robert Plant to Daryl Hall, which, I mean, and these are incredible artists, too. Met Aretha Franklin, sat next to her, and I felt like Sophia Loren and the other one. I mean, Aretha.
Okay.
Miss Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
Sure.
Of course, I toured with Michael Jackson, which was an extraordinary learning experience. It's the first tour I ever set foot on the stage, which with Michael Jackson.
Was that the I'm Bad tour?
Yeah. I thought
Yes, ma'am. In Europe.
I couldn't imagine what like the security would be like, because you see those videos of Michael and those tours and people just fainting and falling over, and the bus is trying to get through.
He loved it, though.
Yeah.
Michael loved pandemonium. He was the one that really. Well, think about it. He loved that attention. That is how you make that excitement before you get on stage. Want to be starting something? That was his thing. I learned a lot, and Sheryl Crow was on tour with me at the same time. She was the background singer.
Was that a lot of pressure for you to be opening up for Michael Jackson?
Just a little. Because I was going from, obviously, I had an amazing, huge, big single with Tell It to My Heart, and it was taking over Europe. This was European dates. He wasn't even taking the Bad tour to the United States. And then from there, I mean, the rest is kind of history, but hell yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it may have been a lot of pressure, but you had to probably look at yourself and go,
yeah, but
hey, I belong here.
Yeah, but when Prince walks up to you because you're just in the club because you see him and he goes, I want to meet you after show, you're like, this is really rock and roll. This is so cool.
My God. He walked up and said what?
No, he didn't walk up. He sent his brother for me. He said, his brother? Yes, he did. He goes, Prince wants to meet you. I'm like,
so did you go?
of course. What I sang with him?
Yes.
Well, I mean, we don't want to.
In the book.
We don't want
I'm
to know
not
about.
married yet. There's a lot of men in this book.
I was gonna say, I don't want to know about the singing part. I want to know about the other part. You know what I'm talking about.
I've done a lot of things definitely get
Get the book.
outside the norm, but having children that way. Wonderful thing. I'm doing this incredible Pride Festival for Chicago Pride. You
Yes,
understand?
Pride in the Park, yeah.
This show at Hyde Park, not only is it like Steve Aoki, it's Tamar Braxton.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
Yeah.
And you have Kathy Sledge, who I've seen on the Sister Sledge. I mean, she's amazing live.
Yeah.
Myself, you have Iggy Azalea. We're just going to bring it. And this is celebratory for Pride, for the community. I've seen 30 years of this, and I'm just ever proud to be part of it.
We're lucky enough to have you and Tamar Braxton tomorrow. Oh, she's here tomorrow.
Okay.
Yep. And that's in Grant Park. Check that out. But you have some new music. Tell us about it.
Oh, yeah, I took over Times Square yesterday. Did you see that? Yes, that's the new single. Celebrating yesterday was the kickoff for Pride, World Pride. So Nothing Better with Live Without. That's the new single. It's a banger for the summer. I hope you guys love it. I did it with Steve, I mean, just a great DJ, DJ Avedon, and just amazing. I love it.
Okay, tell us about your twins.
Oh, well, they're 17.
You're over them? Is that what happens?
No, I'm not over them. I wish I had the prom picture I could show you. Okay, my daughter's just amazing and gorgeous, and my son's a stud, and he's swagger, and they
got a lot of swag. Oh,
okay, I'm not playing. This is real.
Oh, are they modeling? Are they going into acting? What are they doing?
She's an actress. He's playing football, clearly.
Yeah.
And she's like, you can't go in any of that. Yes, she's shooting a couple of shorts right now. Yeah, she's phenomenal. And they're just, this was an experiment I did to grow as a woman, as a person, and I had children all by myself, and I did it in California, not New York.
Right, you used a surrogate. You were ahead of the curve on that as well.
It wasn't even legal. And just now, I mean, it's not legal in New York. I was a New York resident. I moved to California so I could have children.
Wow.
That's amazing.
And I can't carry. I had surgery,
Yeah.
which is a big part of when I was younger. I mean, 4 and 5 on my kidneys and bladder, and it really destroyed me thinking that I could ever have my own children.
Wow.
And this gave me such hope.
Yeah.
And I really did it that way.
Wow.
We could go on and on with you, Taylor, but we gotta go.
I don't want to. I love you, Val. I mean, I'm a fan of this show, and I thank you all. And if y'all come out Saturday for Pride, it's just going to be an incredible show.
Oh,
we're going to be there.
Yes, for sure. Taylor's memoir, Tell It to My Heart, is available now. You better get it. I think there's going to be some lot of good juice in this book. And she's performing at Pride in the Park on Saturday.